Good morning, children. I am Rajesh Dikulus. Today I am going to teach you history chapter 1. The lesson name is the medieval period and the sources. Children, you know the medieval period begins from 800th century to 1800th century. Children, between the 800th century to 1800th century, the medieval period got a lot of changes and there was a lot of economic, social, there was a lot of changes in political, economic, social and cultural. Children, medieval period is divided into two phases. The first phase is early medieval period. It is from 800th century to 1200th century. And the second period is called late medieval period. It is from 1300th century to 1800th century. So children, this is the division of the medieval period. In this early medieval period, there was emergence of some of the very powerful kings like Rashtrakutas, Pratiharas, Cholas, Palas. They made their control of during this period and ruled over the kingdom. In the late medieval period, between 1300 to 1800 century, there was emergence of very powerful rulers like Afghans, Turks, and the Mughals. Children, so this was the introduction of the medieval period. Children, now we'll see the features of the medieval period. Children, during the medieval period, there was emergence of three very powerful kingdoms. That was Palas, Pratiharas, and Rashtrakutas. They fought among themselves to make their control over the economy. And So this is the most powerful kingdoms: Palas, Pratiharas, and Rashtrakutas. Second, clearing of forests. Children, during the medieval period, the rulers killed the forest. During the medieval period, the rulers cleared the forest and changed the forest into agriculture so that they could get revenue from the agriculture and their income could be increased. Children, a river of the Turks from the northwest and the establishment of the Delhi Sultanate also brought changes during this medieval period. Now we'll see the source material. Children, history cannot be written on the memory. There are certain source material that help the historians to write the history. The source material are of two types. Archaeological source material. Children, in archaeological source material, there are buildings, pottery, weapons, ornaments, sculptures, inscriptions, and coins. These all are the source material of the ancient period, and some of the remains that was found when the digging was done in the earth, and this helped the historians to write the history. Children, ports, temples, mosques, palaces, and the other structures tell us about the architectural styles. Artist skill and the materials used in the construction of building in those days also helped the historians to write the history. Coin information about the names of rulers, their regions, and the most important events. Maintaining the miniature paintings of the medieval period tell us about the customs, clothes, culture, and the traditions of the people. Now, the second we will see literary sources. There are some of the literary sources that also help the historians to write the history. Literary sources can be broadly classified into indigenous and foreign sources. Indigenous sources, that means the people who lived in India, they wrote some of the accounts during the period of the India. That is called indigenous sources. And the foreign literary sources. Some of the traders and some of the travelers came from the out of India, and whatever they saw in India, they also wrote some of the accounts. That is called foreign literary sources. The children, this is the medieval period that we have seen.